What's up guys, it's Wanza Wonders here today, and today I want to show you guys my class setups that I use for the MLG playlist and for ranked playlist. So this is a private lobby, so this is where I keep, the most professional of classes that I've got set up. Only got 5 classes, as you'll see. I've got 3 for CTF and uplink, 1 for hardpoint, and 1 for S&D. This may evolve over time. I really like that Call of Duty incorporated the fact that you can use 10 classes without having to buy it. Screw you, Ghosts. But thank you guys for doing that. But for right now, I only need 5. I haven't really gotten too clever with, getting another 5 setups. I think maybe that'll change once I play S&D a little bit more. Once I figure out, like, maybe all of us could be running overkill snipes and stuff. Like, that was a thing on Octane S&D, and it could evolve into that. I just don't know. So, first up is this CTF uplink stun. First of all, I use ball for all of my classes. Ball is love, ball is life. Optic Midnight said that, and I totally agree with that. It's literally just the gun. Like, I've tried every other gun. Maybe the SMGs beat it up close, but you have to get so close, and these maps are so big that it really doesn't matter. The HBR might be a little bit more accurate long range, but I don't know, you could still outgun with the ball, so whatever. Now, for my attachments, this is very important. I use the stock. I think this makes it a little bit more maneuverable when you're aiming down the red dot. When you're in close range battles, it allows you to swipe it a little bit better instead of getting like so tied down. Now, it kind of feels like that stock almost just boosts your sensitivity in a way, but it also really like makes it feel like the gun is just a lot more movable within your crosshairs. I also use the red dot, of course. I've tried the iron sight out. I might go back to it and try it out. It seems to run like a lot like an SMG. But I haven't found too much of an advantage of using an iron sight over a red dot. Red dot just seems to be more accurate long range, mid range, and now with this stock, close range. That was the only reason for using iron sight, is if they didn't have the stock, then I would probably use the iron sight because it makes it more movable. But since you don't really need that once you have the stock, just go with that. And then also I'll use the foregrip. Sometimes I'll use the quick draw. I don't know. I haven't really seen the quick draw help me out that much. And it seems like I don't get in too many situations where I need it just like right away. And I don't know. I just haven't seen some pros use it, and it just seems like, oh, well, maybe you don't need it. Maybe foregrip is the way. But I also think that you could get away with not using foregrip and using quick draw instead. Because foregrip does help when they're on those head glitches, but for the most part you can pretty much hit all your shots without it. And I haven't noticed too much of a difference in KD when I switch back and forth. So also is the lightweight overcharged. So I like lightweight on all my classes. I just, why not move faster? This game is a fast-paced game. Why not try to just move a little bit faster and get out of the way, or get to an opponent, or get to a spot, whatever. Overcharged, because this is a CTF uplink class, and I want to run the ball a lot, or I want to get to the ball, or go play D at a certain spot. I use this overcharge so that I can get there as fast as possible. Toughness, I've got this on pretty much all my classes, except for 2. It just reduces flinch when you're shot. And I just think, that's a good thing, and I think it also makes you a little bit more steady when you're shooting. Blast suppressor, I've got this on pretty much all my classes. I think all my classes, because literally you just don't want people to all of a sudden see a ping on their map just because you're boosting around. So, Advanced Warfare, they said that they were going to make a lot of classes and stuff so that, they wanted to opt out all those ones that were sort of like crutch perks. Like, you had to have them, like focus and like dead silence. Everyone had that, and ready up. Everyone had that on their classes for the most part in Ghost. So they kind of took those away, And I think that was a good idea, but this is like one of those perks, you know? Like I feel like these three perks I use, the lightweight, toughness, and blast suppressor, that's like a necessary for me. And it almost seems like obsolete, and it's just like, oh, I got one perk, and you know, all my other wild cards are kind of useless too because they're making that. But the fact that you could switch all those out and you know add more stuff for something else is kind of cool. So I also use the overclock. You know, again, you gotta get to places fast. If you're running the ball, you want to move fast. So I always use the overclock for this, and the stun. I think the stun is pretty underrated. I haven't been stunned too much, so I feel like people aren't using it as much. Maybe they're just not running a stun at all. But the stun grenade is freaking awesome. You throw it down there where the ball's at right before they're going to grab it. That instantly delays them and gives your team time to get up and get those kills. Or you see them all run towards it, throw a stun in there, that instantly slows them down. Or they're going to come around the corner, throw one there, jump around the corner, you know, strafe around the corner, and you've got a free kill. So that's my first setup. The next one is, so that's called CTF up stu, which is stun, and then CTF up 1E, so that's 1 EMP. This is the same exact class, except I've decided to use the EMP grenade. Now, the difference between EMP and stun is stun can really blind your opponent. It's really good for, you know, getting an assist for your teammates. You can throw it, and it'll assist your teammate in getting the kill, or yourself. And then for the 1E, EMP grenade is a really great grenade for throwing it on ball. Like if they get that ball and they get EMP, they're not going anywhere fast. Like really, they're going to be slowed down for a few seconds at least. And most people don't run hardwired. That's why I use this EMP, because literally they'll get the ball and they'll be like, oh crap, I can't do anything with it. And that's not enough time. When you get the ball, you have to be running and juking and going right away if you want to get that cap. So CTF up D, this is my defensive class. This is when we start to play defense. And it, you know, it's really not for getting a lot of kills per se, because I've got the grip on these other ones because it's a little bit more accurate. But this one is more about just shooting those EMPs out there, trying to get the enemy opponent as slow as possible. You'll see that I've got no grip. That's to make room for these other attachments. Like I said, you can use no grip and it will work. It's just not as good long range, and also picking off people off those head glitches. But this fast hands is a great perk. Look at this, reload while sprinting. That's pretty cool. It's not as bad as in Ghost, where like the reload time takes so long that you get caught sprinting and you die. You can swap weapons, use exo abilities, use exo launch a little bit faster. So this is so that I can just get going right away. I can use that exo overclock, get to that defensive position right away. But I can also launch these EMPs over and hit those guys with the flag, and literally, like, he's not going anywhere fast. And I've got 2 of them, so I can do it double if it's far away. Also, what I've got on here, which is something I'm going to try out today, see how it works. You'll see that I don't have the blast suppressor. Now, when you're on defense, sometimes you don't really need to use your blast shield as much, or your turbo or boosters as much. So, it could be a great thing to have this blast suppressor on. But I think for a defensive position, I won't need to be using it as much. I'll be setting up. Also, like, there's going to be so much chaos like around the flag that a lot of people won't be looking at their mini map to try and get those kills. There's going to be a lot of gunshots on the map, so they might not even notice that it's me just boosting around the map. And I'll probably be trying to get set up in a position to where I'm not really using the boost as much. And whenever I use the boost, I'll be in a gunfight already. But this is a really cool perk that I haven't seen too many people use. It's immune to system hack, not applicable in competitive play. But the EMP and the stun grenades, immune to those 2 things, that is very applicable. And I think if you're in a defensive position and they start to recognize that, they might throw those stuns and EMPs over to try and slow you down and not get those flag. And I don't want to ever be slowed down in that position, so I want to be able to get to the flag as fast as possible. So I think that's why I'm going to be using it for the CTF and uplink. And these two EMPs, that's going to be such a key factor in that. And of course, I've got flak jacket on this. That's also if they're trying to nade me out of spots and stuff. I want to just be able to not actually. I'm switching it right now. We're using the overcharge because if I'm in a defensive position and I want to like get to the flag as fast as possible, I'm not gonna want flak jacket where they're just nading me like on the run. That's not gonna make any sense. So this is my D setup now. It's got the overcharge so I can get to there as fast as possible. Thanks for helping me figure that out. All right, hardpoint nade, and this is pretty obvious. Like it's the same one as this as the previous one, except you'll notice that I've got the blast suppressor because on hardpoint I don't really want them to know where I'm coming in from. That's just an obvious thing for me. And I've got double, not nades, Simtexes. Don't use nades, okay? My bad. Don't use nades because they take a while to cook. And you know what? Man. You know what? Danger close. What am I thinking? That's what you need to use. Unless they ban this danger close, I'm going to be using this with my Simtex nades. This will be so helpful in getting them out of the hill. Trust me. Like, double Simtexes definitely works, plus the fast hand, so I can be shooting those out really fast. But then on top of that, it's the flak jacket and the danger close that's going to save me and get those kills. So I'm definitely going to be using that. You'll notice I don't have a third attachment. When I'm in that hard point and all these nades are coming in, and I don't really need to be picking people off the head glitch. Plus, I'm going to be the one that's going to be contesting the flag and getting in the flag the most. Our teammate Lloydster is going to be the one getting high points a lot of time, and I want my teammates to be able to set up around me. I don't think I need to be picking people off the head glitch. It's so fast-paced. Usually, a lot of people are in the hills. So there's that hardpoint nade. Thanks for helping me figure that out too. S&D. Now I could use all of these for S&D, and I will. I'll figure out which ones I like to use best on different routes and runs. But this is it for S&D. You notice I put back on the foregrip. I think this is a big setup gun. You want to make sure that you're able to take people off head glitches and that sort of thing. And I'm going to be running this lightweight and flak jacket just so that I don't get naded or anything. You don't really need UAV low profile because in competitive play they don't even have UAVs, so you don't even need this. I might switch it out for overcharge or even danger close. Once I get a little bit more tricky into knowing where the nade spots are, that kind of thing, I'll start to make more classes like that. But for now, I've got the EMP grenade. So that I can just throw one EMP grenade around the corner and slow them down so that if they're all rushing there, they can't like just boost around and separate. Like we can come in there and clean them up. But I will be using this hardwired. I'm going to try that out again because I think in S&D a lot more people will be using those stuns and EMP grenades. So I want to just be like, oh, they think they got me stunned, just like in Ghost where you had tac resist. So I want to come around that corner, them thinking I'm stunned, and I've already caught them because they just threw that grenade and they didn't have fast hands or anything. So those are my class setups for this, for competitive play. I'll let you know if I update them and if I get more routes and runs that I want to do. Haven't been playing S&D as much, so I'm sure that those other 5 classes will be used up by S&D. Switching it up and really figuring out strats that really work, spots that work, and nades that work. So this is my guy. He's got the chops, and I just got this new EXO. I call it the Nebula 2000. It's just like from Harry Potter. It's got like some little flames on it and stuff. Got this like last night. It's super sick. Everyone else seems to be getting like cooler like shirts and hats and glasses, and I just got this cool EXO suit, and that was pretty much it. I'm not going to be prestiging at all anytime soon because whatever, everyone can race to the 10th prestige, and I'll just be sticking here just chilling and being great at competitive, so whatever. And got my Gucci glasses on and my chops on. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like and comment down below. And please subscribe to the channel. Be one of a kind. Peace.
And I wonder if you know what it means,